What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barça Boy 103. We have some absolutely huge breaking news coming through. Robert Lewandowski has announced that he will be leaving Barcelona at the end of the season when his contract expires. This comes 24 hours before Barcelona's final home match of the season against Real Betis. This news has been building up a lot over the past month. I've made a transfer video in a while, but in the media, this has been coming significantly. We'll talk about the storyline on how this developed, and of course my thoughts and opinions on Lewandowski's time at Barcelona. Before we get into it, of course, make sure you drop a like down below, subscribe as well if you haven't already. From the beginning of the season, Lewandowski has made it evident through the media, maybe through his words as well, that if Barcelona wants him to stay, he will stay, whether it's on a lower salary, as a second choice striker, as the kit man, the water boy, he wants to stay. As the season developed, and we've seen Ferran Torres starting a lot when Lewandowski is fit, Lewandowski of course struggling the first half of the season with some injuries, that kind of feeling still changed. But up until February, it was still evident that if Barcelona offer Lewandowski a new contract, he will stay. Come election time, Laporte of course is ready for re-election. He mentions every single time that he wants Lewandowski to continue. We get also reports that a contract offer has been put on the table. And now you're thinking Lewandowski is probably going to end up staying. And then Barcelona leaked to the media that next season their plan is to have Lewandowski as the second striker and to sign a new striker, Julian Alvarez, João Pedro, myself, whoever it may be, and Ferran Torres is going to be out the door. All of a sudden, the perspective started to change. Lewandowski again, he starts 1 week, then Ferran, him 1 week, Ferran. We even saw in the Champions League how Lewandowski was coming off the bench. After that, Lewandowski's perspective has changed. He's like, oh, I don't want to be a backup striker. Why do I have to take such a huge salary reduction? Of course, Barcelona wanted to keep him on a lower salary and as a second striker. It then comes out that Barcelona really never, on paper, officially gave Lewandowski a contract renewal. They just told him verbally, like, we want to offer you a contract. Here are some of the conditions. We've been hearing over the past week that Lewandowski will decide his future quite soon. He has big offers from the MLS, Saudi Arabia, and some decent offers from Italy as well. Fini Zahavi then came to Barcelona a week ago to negotiate Hansi Flick's renewal and of course to discuss Lewandowski's future. Fini Zahavi was also in Saudi and in Italy discussing his client offers with those respective clubs, Juventus, AC Milan, El Hilal, whatever it may be. Then news broke yesterday that Fini Zahavi, Lewandowski, Joan Laporta, and Flick are all going to have a meeting today, this morning. Right now, it's about 1 p.m. local time, so they probably had the meeting earlier today, 10 a.m., whatever the case may be, to discuss what to do with Lewandowski. The feeling with Lewandowski is that he's going to be leaving. He doesn't want to be a second choice striker. He doesn't want to, be on reduced wages, whatever the case may be. That meeting has since happened, and then Lewandowski dropped an announcement video that he'll be leaving Barcelona. He announced it about 5-10 seconds before Hansi Flick's press conference for the pre-match against Betis. So he dropped it, and then Flick went in for his presser. So it was quite quick. But I want to watch the video with you guys that he dropped on his Instagram. Very, very not emotional, but very, very strong, I would say, storytelling. Take a look here.
After 4 years, full of challenges and hard work, it's time to move on. I leave with the feeling that the mission is complete. 4 seasons, 3 championships. I will never forget the love I received from the fans from my very first days. Catalonia is my place on earth. Thank you to everyone I met along the way during these beautiful 4 years. A special thank you to President Laporta for giving me the chance to live the most incredible chapter of my career. Barça is back where it belongs. Visca el Barça, Visca Catalunya.
Bro said the mission is complete, man. How crazy is that? That the mission, I don't know. Was the mission complete? We'll leave that in the air, but let's focus on Lewandowski, of course, came to Barcelona, 40 million euro fee plus 5 million euros in variables worth every single penny. Top 10 goal scorers in the club's history, 3 La Ligas, was it 1 Copa del Rey and 2 Super Cups, something like that. Absolutely extraordinary. 3 Super Cups actually. Absolutely sensational. I mean, this man, his peak was out of this world. We've seen, you know, that 23-24 season under Xavi was a bit, you know, felt like a little bump in the road, but after that, man was flying. You know, one of my favorite player chants is Robert Lewandowski's chant, you know, Robert Lewandowski, lo, 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 lo. And now I can't sing that anymore. It's been an absolute pleasure to have him. He's come in, like he mentioned in his video, at a time when the club was really low, and he leaves now with the mission complete, that Barcelona is back. He gives even a special notion and a special thanks to Joan Laporta. So this shows that there's no bad blood. This is simply a decision from him that the club offered him a role, a second striker under reduced wages. And in the end, he didn't like the offer and he'd rather go elsewhere, and that's of course fully up to him and fully respect to him. I think also the conversation with Flick would have had to have some sort of indication as well that Flick said, yes, you're going to be the backup striker. If you want to, of course, you know, stay, we're happy to help you. This man has captained the club, right, on numerous occasions, gotten so many big goals on so many. Even look at the first season of the Champions League, you know, the big goals against Inter. We have, you know, multiple goals in the Clásicos as well, you know, huge deciding moment goals. It does suck that he does leave without Champions League. Is he a Barca legend or not? I would still say he's very much a top servant. He kind of falls into that, you know, Sergio Roberto category for me, or like, you know, Ivan Rakitic, a Pedro, a David Villa. But maybe as time goes on, we'll realize it more that maybe he should be higher up in that list. You know, he's played 190 games for Barcelona. I think he has, what, 113, 120 goals, something like that. I don't know how many assists he has, but, you know, 190 games over 4 seasons is crazy. 120 goals over 4 seasons is also crazy. I think in his worst season, that's Xavi's second full season, I think he had like 23, 24 goals, and that was, you know, he had a dreadful season, missed so many chances and stuff like that, but he still came up with, you know, a decent goal tally. And I think actually this season is probably his lowest. I don't think he broke 20 goals this season. I think he's on like 15 or 16, but, you know, what this man has done for this club, we were down pretty bad, and he was that star outlet. He was that star signing. He was that one star that gave us a chance, and we'll always remember that. You know, Unk came in and Unk left the champion. Unk left as a Barcelona icon at the very least, and it's gonna be weird not having a top, you know, name striker heading into next season, because we ain't signing, you know, Erling Haaland or anything like that. You know, we'll wait and see. I think Flick has just said in the press comments as well that we're going to go into the market, get a new striker, but we want to thank Lewandowski for his time. You know, I've coached him now for, I think, 4 years, 2 at Barcelona and 2 at Bayern Munich. Great professional, great striker as well. He made the choice, and we always, you know, forever grateful, ever thankful for him, you know. And he also confirmed that he will be starting in tomorrow's game against Betis too. So that's some extra, you know, motivation, extra quorums to look forward to. But, you know, Unk, it was an absolute pleasure, you know, to see this man play for Barcelona, you know, a top striker come in, the way he's come in as well, you know, when we were down bad and things of that nature. And, you know, this signing has been nothing short of an absolute success beyond belief. 40 million, absolutely worth every single, not even euro, but penny of that fee. And I wish he stayed one more season to maybe break into that top 5 goal scorers in Barca's history. Probably could have. I think he's like 10 off anyway, so I wish he stayed for that extra season. I think he would have been a great option off the bench in some key games and key moments, but maybe he wants to go earn his bag. Maybe he wants to play more football. You know, no World Cup for him this time around as well. Poland not qualifying. We don't know the internal decision. We thought that he was happy in Barcelona. The fact that in the video as well, it gives credit to Catalonia, the city as well. He went to the beach to make the video, you know, just shows how Barcelona is a miscued club, how it's more than a club, how when you get into the family and the philosophy and the ideas of this club, it changes you completely. We know one of the reasons that Lewandowski was pushing to stay earlier on in the season, you know, December, January, February time, was because his wife wanted to stay in the city. The city's fantastic, you know, great summers, good decent winters as well. All these things have an accumulation, but if it goes to Saudi, this is why the pair there would probably be about the same. But, you know, it's going to be a very emotional game tomorrow. Now you have done more things to look forward to. You have, of course, you know, final home match. You want to hopefully get that win, but you have to, you know, send off a proper icon of Barcelona in Robert Lewandowski as well. Hopefully the club do a tifo and, you know, give him the whole shebang. That would be something that he definitely deserves for his time at Barcelona. But I thank Lewy for his time at Barcelona. He was an absolute success of a signing, absolutely fantastic player. Probably, I would say, the third best striker I've seen for Barcelona, without a shadow of a doubt. I think I have Suarez and Eto'o ahead of him because I saw them both in their primes. Lewandowski wasn't really in his prime per se, but you know, I've seen the top 3 striker for the club in my life. That's something that I'll never forget as well. So huge commemoration to him, and hopefully we give him the right send-off. Wish him the best in his future, in his career, where he goes next. Probably Saudi. Al Hilal is the rumored club right now that's leading the race, so to speak, unless also lingering in the background with a good offer as well. So wherever he goes, we'll of course cheer him on, bring him success, and we'll wait for him to retire and give him another message yet again. But his time at Barcelona has come to an end, and hopefully he gets the proper send-off. A goal tomorrow would be absolutely fantastic as well. But thank you, Lewy, for everything. Of course, in the comments down below, let me know your thoughts on Lewandowski's departure. Who do you think is going to come in as the new striker? Leave me down in the comments below as well your favorite Robert Lewandowski moment. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. And instead of a Vishka Barca, Forza Barca, we're gonna say goodbye, Lewy. Thank you for everything.